Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Library Trustees meeting Thursday, May 23rd, 2024. We'll start with correspondence. Sam, any correspondence?
No correspondence.
Okay. We don't see anyone here for public comment. Is there anyone?
No.
Okay. Minutes of prior meetings. Everyone had a chance to, and Steph, know that you're exempt from these. This one's things. Has everyone here had a chance to go over the minutes? Any questions, comments, corrections? I saw a couple just little typos. Maybe I'd go over with you afterwards. Yeah, nothing big, just okay. Would someone like to make a motion to accept the minutes?
I move to accept the minutes.
A second.
All in favor? Aye. Great.
I'm gonna just say approve the minutes as edited, because you said you had some edits. Okay.
There's just a little. Yeah. Okay, treasurer's report. Chris, can you please do that for today?
Yes, so Katrina sent the treasurer's report earlier this week. So I'll read those now. State aid is at 26,944.95. MMDT is at 4,046.09. Gift fund is 22,467.13. MBLC grant is at $686,044. The building gift is at $27,511.30. And the Barth ending statement value is a total of $1,587,630.09.
Great. And when we do orientation, we'll go over what all those things mean. Yeah. Great, thank you. Does anyone have any questions about the treasurer's report? Okay. Mira, friends report.
Okay. So the book sale had ended, so they discussed the results of that. So for the month in library, book sales were 402 in the book room. The Jacob von Linden, who sells books online, they made $569 from him. I don't know what the time frame, how long he'd been working on that. The spring book sale made $3,315, which I think is about
Sounds like a lot.
normal.
Is it normal?
I think so.
Good.
I think it's typically in that range. They paid for an art class, $250. There was more discussion on the coffee cart. They are still spending more than they are bringing in, and they're still talking about how to fix that. Ideas of asking for sponsorships or making their Amazon wish list public, sort of publicizing that. People can just go in and donate, buy coffee supplies for the library whenever they need it. So that is still in discussion, and they're trying to find a new or look at other vendors too, because they seem to be getting more expensive. Question.
So does a cup of coffee cost more than $1 if they ask for it?
I think it's just a lot of people. I think it's more that people are not paying.
Well, that's what I was wondering.
I think that is. So they see it as a service, not as a money maker, and they don't. Yeah, they have money, so it's more that if other people are willing to donate, that could be a way to do that. So that was that. They had a visitor. Zora came to present her Girl Scout Silver project that they are working on. She and Penny Isaac and Cheyenne are divorced students. Yes, are developing. They're trying to help people find out about what the library has to offer. So making their social media presence more, and then getting more people to follow it. So they have had success with that. They've gotten about 50 new followers since they started. And they chose dates for the fall book sale, October 18th, 19th, and 20th. Oh, yes. And as a result of the book sale, they got many new members because the Friday night was members only. So you showed up on Friday night, people renewed their membership, and they got a few new members from that. They decided not to do third Thursday this year. And they are looking into mini golf dates. Right now it is down to March 7th and 8th or March 14th or somewhere in March. They are still discussing and contacting the mini golf company, and that is still the process. I think that is it.
So was the meeting before the luncheon for the librarians? Has that happened, right?
Right, I think it was just after, so that went well. And the librarians
Do you
appreciated
know who
it.
coordinated that? Because I'm a member and I didn't get an email. I didn't get a sign up. Like I saw it happen. And I was like, oh, I didn't know what was happening.
Right, I believe it was Janice that sent one
Okay.
out. And then there was a mad rush the day before, oh no, we don't have any volunteers. So, yes, I can suggest that that is more.
Okay. I'll reach out to Janice and make sure I'm on
Yeah.
the list.
Cause I mean, there was a very busy time, so it sort of fell off my radar too, but
I didn't get one either, so.
No, I saw it happen. And I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't know that was happening. So
Yeah.
okay.
Okay,
Any other question?
all right, thanks. Sam, building updates.
Okay, the metal gate. So, the last meeting, you approved $2,207 to repair the gate. So after you did that, I contacted the company. And they did send somebody out to fix it, but when he came, so he came about an hour before I was supposed to meet him. George let him in. He did all the work. And I caught him as he was leaving. So I asked him, is everything done? He was like, yeah, he told me what he did, but it wasn't what they quoted us. So then they sent me a bill for the 2,207, and I wrote them back, and I'm not paying this. He didn't do all of that work. So they lowered it to $880.
Wow.
So, yeah. So as of right now, the gate is working. They said that it did not require all the work they originally quoted us, and that's why it's okay. And that it was just a mix up with the invoicing. But
Okay,
yeah, well,
you're still looking
monitor it.
are you still looking into other options for gates?
At the moment, the gate's working.
Yeah.
So yeah, as long as it keeps working, it's fine.
Probably good to have a backup plan.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that we can jump into it if we need to
Yeah.
have one, yeah.
Yeah.
Should
So
we Brian about force
yeah, I could speak to him.
and see what options he might be able to link us to or people we could talk to,
Yeah, sure.
what alternatives.
I can speak to him about it. Yeah, so that's the gate. The gate's working. The front door was not working for a while. It turned out it was just a loose wire. So we called Neshoba. They came out and they tightened it, and they showed Mike how to do it if it happens again. The mirror room wall, I painted it, so it's fine now. No updates on the lead, and I sent you all out a copy of the building expenses. Yeah,
And that's up to date,
well, now I have to add the.
the 800, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and they didn't charge us for the tour.
No good. I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
All right. Any questions about the building? Oh. Director's report.
All right, so I, along with the rest of the staff, we were all required to attend mandatory sexual harassment training. The town arranged for it by Clifford and Kenny LLP. Yeah, so there were 4 separate sessions. We each had to attend at least one, and everyone on staff attended. So all set with that. I met with Diane Dickerson, discussed cleaning needs of the library. Diane is creating an RFP. I think she's been trying to do this every year to hire a new cleaning company or keep Lucy on. Not sure, but she was creating an RFP for that. So I told her exactly what the needs of the library are and what Lucy currently does and what might need to be changed. I attended 2 town department head meetings on April 22nd and May 13th. I also attended town meeting on May 7th. I presented at the upcoming events for the month of May on LCTV during the taping on April 29th, and I did one today. Diane and I met with the Randy Scholarship recipients, discussed schedules and expectations. Jasmine has already started as of yesterday, and the other 2.
She's done.
All right.
And the other two are planning to start soon, within the next few weeks.
And Jasmine was the one who was gonna be away a lot.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
she's probably gonna be away a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, the town is posting for the facilities manager position for a third time. So once they finish accepting applications, I'll be in the interview process for that again. On May 14th, we held a staff meeting. Linda Wells presented on using artificial intelligence and searching. And then Friends held a staff appreciation lunch for us afterwards. And then on the 16th of May, Commodore accidentally cut into a fiber line while they were trying to get to a water line. And so that created an issue with our fax line and with the phone in the elevator. So the fax machine wasn't working and the phone line in the elevator wasn't working, which caused it to set off an alarm. So we were able to turn off the alarm temporarily. And they eventually did fix it. I think as of Tuesday, it's been fixed. They had to have Verizon come out and fix it for us.
They didn't charge us for that.
No, that's on them.
Yeah, okay.
And it says the fax machine is still out of order?
Is it out of order?
That's what it says.
Oh, no, it's out of order. It's fixed now.
Okay.
It's fixed.
Do people use?
Yes.
Wow.
You would be surprised how many people use it.
Okay.
Before we get to the programming updates, just
Good, there's one at the library.
Right.
a couple questions. I think it's in one of your goals to keep track of the LCTV, you know, what you're doing and what you're talking about and things like that. Is that something that you can provide to us, like maybe post meeting about the first two anyway?
Sure.
Okay,
I mean, all I do is talk about what upcoming programs are.
but just so we have like a link and stuff like that, just so they can.
We can help.
Oh, you want to link
circulate
to
it.
actual?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Is it just?
I have to ask. Yeah, I think it's just an LCT.
yeah.
He usually does it during one of his shows. So I'm a part of one of the shows that he
okay.
has. It's not like a special.
It's Mike
Yeah,
shows or Mark shows.
yeah. I have to ask him for like. Yeah, the one I did today won't air until the beginning of next month.
If you can let us know, that's great. And then maybe we can see about how we might be able to promote that or something like that.
Sure.
And then, sorry, one more question before the facilities manager. Have they changed the description at all, or
I don't think so.
figured out what's been going? Have they been able to get a sense from the first two people about why they didn't take the position?
I think they're just not taking the position because they don't have a staff. They
So-
don't have a staff.
So that's probably not going to change before the next interview. Is there any? Yeah, okay. I know this is not your job, actually,
I
you're
mean, we've
committee, but
had conversations of whether they need another custodian.
Yeah.
Like, small number of staff for that person then too.
Yeah,
That's
have they talked at all about like,
conversation
yeah,
with
trying
select
to get a,
more staff.
yes.
No, I think it's kind of stuck because they approved, the select board approved the position of the facilities director and not necessarily additional positions.
Supposedly the upcoming budgets are ready to.
For the next couple of years.
Yeah, for the next couple of years.
Can I ask what the salary is for the facilities manager?
I believe it starts at around 70,000 or 80,000. And it goes up to about 120. It's in 10 steps. So I know for the last person, usually when they hire a new person, they only go up to a step 3. But for this person, they offered them like a step 7, which is like 100 and something thousand.
I didn't see this on here, but I know that it's either coming up or has come up. The new town newsletter.
Mhm.
Have you submitted something to that?
Yes.
Okay, and do you know when does that come out?
I believe that comes out. So it was due on May 15th,
Okay.
and I believe they plan to release it on June 1st.
Okay.
I also, from what I understand, some people have complaints about the format they're using. So they actually spoke to me about what we use. We use Constant Contact. So I think they're planning to change it to that, but it was already too late to do it for this first one, so they might do it for the next one.
I liked that because you could flip through it, like constant contact, there's that whole scroll problem, so if you're at the
So,
bottom.
yeah, but for the one they're using now, it's accessibility problem. For them. Yeah, so everybody is different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so then the rest is programming updates. We have adult board game nights tonight. We had the bread bake off, that went very well. I was a judge and so was Katrina. And, we had a Spanish guitar performance and an introduction to beekeeping program, which was well attended. And people love the Blind Tree art class that always fills up with
So much fun.
Yep. And then I kept planning for Medicare last night. And, yeah. And the rest is stats. Financially, we're doing well. We're on track. We're pretty much the last month. We've met the mark, so we're good with that.
Is this the LARPing?
Yeah, that's
I just got to that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the large program. And sheets.
Yeah, you're on track for budget. From what I can tell.
Yeah.
We've already spent our mark.
Yeah.
Keep going. Do you need any money before?
No, we still have the 15,000.
That's true, because we gave you more. Money.
Yeah. I think they also made a mistake. So usually they take back whatever town money we don't spend. But this year they transferred it in to us. So that's why we have extra money.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah.
You're
So
not spending well.
I didn't complain about it. And it's been a year, so they haven't noticed.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
they'll notice more. then.
Yeah. Now that
Yeah, just-
I've reported
Out
yet.
loud.
I said it out loud.
I can't. Nobody has a plate.
All right, if there aren't any more questions, we'll move on to new business. And the first thing we'll do, we've got some kind of annual stuff that we do at this meeting. The first is officer slate and liaison roles. I believe that the roles are chair, treasurer, clerk, and friends liaison. Do I have all four of them right?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Do we do these one by one? I'm not sure.
We can do a slate if we want.
So I suppose we'll take nominations.
I
So-
nominate Kimberly as chair.
Okay.
That sounds good.
Does anybody else want to be chair? Nope,
So
okay,
good at it.
all right, so I've been nominated for that and seconded.
How do you
right?
feel about
It's
that?
fine, yes. This year I'll do it for one more year.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay,
So you heard that, she set her boundaries.
yes. Okay, treasurer. Katrina has been treasurer. You're willing to do it again? Okay, does anybody else want to be treasurer? That would like to? It is an easy role. Yeah, if anyone, okay. I nominate Katrina.
A second.
Okay,
Well, I should be taking notes.
okay. Katrina nominated me.
These are all in
Laura
one
seconded.
thing, right?
You all seconded at the same
I know.
time.
And a second,
Oh, this is her new business.
new,
Am I allowed to nominate?
I don't know.
Okay, someone else should
I
nominate.
nominate Katrina for treasurer.
I was hoping it was not.
Sweetie, yeah. Just be safe about it.
Second.
Okay.
Thank you.
Clerk.
Second.
Chris has been doing it. Would anybody else like to be clerk? Chris, do you mind doing it again?
Happy to do it.
Okay.
I nominate Chris.
Okay.
I second. Stephanie beat me.
Showing my name in them.
Mira, you have been friends liaison. Do you want to continue doing that? Or do you?
I'm happy to, but if
Does anybody else like to be friends liaison? Okay.
I nominate me. Okay.
That is a nice one to jump in to learn how the two groups function too.
You're also welcome to just go to their meetings.
But
too.
just, yeah, attendance is fine.
Next year. Yeah.
Right.
And something next year.
This will be my last, I think
This
this will be
year,
my
yeah.
last year,
Yeah.
so anybody who is looking to take over Friends Liaison is welcome to come to meetings and
Occasionally you can't make it, so it's
That's
after
okay.
someone to cover anyway,
Yeah.
so.
And sometimes Chris isn't here, whoever's not here, and then yeah, just, did someone second Mira?
Second.
Okay, so we have the slate, we have me for chair, Katrina for treasurer, Chris for clerk, and Mira for friends liaison. Would someone like to make a motion to accept those?
I so move.
a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, all right. The next thing we have, is committees.
We can make this discussion based right now.
Oh, yeah, I didn't want to necessarily have anybody commit to committees right this minute. So the three committees, okay, a little background. We've sort of have three committees going on, subcommittees. there's a policy committee, which is very active and important, and they, review, one of our roles is to set policies for the library. And so, we did a big overhaul over the past couple of years of them because they hadn't been done in a little while. And now the goal is to kind of look at the ones that we did a couple of years ago and see if they need to have, and the important ones, and see if they need to have updates. So that's one of the committees. There's also performance review, which is basically leading the performance review process for Sam's performance review and then following up with him about the goals and things like that. And then the third, the trustees have a support pay for a scholarship, the Ray Grande Scholarship. Have you seen that? Yeah. And so there's this year we started having a kind of a couple of people do the pre-scholarship interviews so that we didn't have to bring the kids in and have them all talk to us, especially if, yeah, so we started a scholarship committee. Something I have now learned from Diane, because Diane Prory, is that if you have subcommittees, if you have any committees, and they're making decisions on behalf of the trustees or decisions that are going to be brought back to the trustees, that those need to be open meetings with agendas and minutes and everything like that. The scholarship one can still be an executive session, but it still has to be announced and it still has to have an agenda and minutes.
Do they need to be recorded?
Well, is this
Not
report?
necessarily.
I don't think so.
Probably count as, right?
No, but you have to submit an agenda for a meeting.
Yeah,
Can you submit your agenda to,
Diane, yeah,
oh, so she can send it
Sam
out?
could help with that process.
yeah.
Or Mike.
So given that we know that now, I think we have to, or not have committees.
Right.
Which, so I don't know, I kind of put this on here to sort of talk about today, hear what people think about that. I know that we've been doing these things just kind of like, hey, let's get together and we'll just, oh, what time are you free? Hey, let's go do that. And that's been the way we're doing it. And this seems to be something that we'd have to do a little bit
Well,
more.
where are we? So the only one that I'm like most concerned about is our policy review.
Sure, yeah.
And so like, where are we in our review of all of the policies?
So that's
updates of all the policies?
Yes,
Which
that's a fair
Sarah
question.
might have.
There are some that need to be reviewed. It's been since, I think the last time they reviewed was like 2018, so it's nothing pressing, but certainly like we're going to start reviewing policies. And so now that we know,
Yeah.
you know, we can add in the step of like planning ahead so we can have an agenda and get it to Diane in
Yeah.
time. So, you know, we follow the rules because I think it is, we are aware of it. We should.
Yes.
It's
Yeah.
something like policy.
Yeah.
I think that should be open meeting. Accessible.
People probably won't come anyway, but that is,
Right.
but yeah. I think is it for 48 hours that Diana's gonna, it's not like, I mean, hopefully you'll find a time within 48 hours of when, yeah, you're gonna do it. So that's that. I think the question then is, do we want to? I found it helpful to have a subcommittee for performance review and a subcommittee for the Ray Grande Scholarship, just because that was a nice way of dividing up the things that we were doing and taking a little bit off of the group as a whole. How do people feel about those as?
So just for
Yes,
clarification
yeah.
from Diane Furry, it's only if two or more are meeting together that we need to have a meeting. If somebody is leading on own and bringing to the group as a whole, it does not.
Because that could all be like in their head and then have you, yeah.
Just
That if you only have one person on a committee and
So
then
like
one
if someone's
person is in the
taking
room.
lead, like I am
Meeting.
doing lead of, I don't know, just saying, someone's saying I'm gonna do lead the process for the performance review
Right, that's right.
thing. Then that's the one I'm not sure you need a.
I think that when you and Sarah and I met at my house, that might have been the kind of thing that should have been
Yes,
open.
that should have been an
Yes.
open meeting.
But not when I'm like, hey, sending out the review to everyone saying, can you
Yeah.
look at this?
Right.
Yeah,
So if people are meeting and then bringing back their recommendations to the group, then that needs to be.
Yeah.
But we didn't bring our recommendations back to the group. I mean, we did meet. There was more.
we did. This sort of the recommendation was, I emailed and said, here's
Okay.
your updated
Okay.
version, what do you think?
To be the most above board, we need to be
Yeah.
submitting an
Yeah.
agenda.
So I think it would be a good idea to determine who's on, because if we're gonna have it, it should be a good idea to determine who's on them. And so I guess I think we should have at least two people on each one. I don't know exactly how to do this, but who's interested in being on the policy committee?
I will stay on policy.
Okay, anybody else want to be part of the policy committee? You don't have to, and you can always add at other times.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah?
No, but I'm happy
Okay.
as needed wherever.
Okay, cool. I think policies, it's the heavy lifting one, so and it might be a good way to get to know
Sure.
the policies too. So I would encourage you to be a part of it if you're willing. Okay. Performance review was Mira. No, who's me?
Me.
And Wendy?
Sarah and you.
I wasn't there. Your performance review, sorry. I shift there for a second. It was me and Sarah. Yeah,
And Katrina came.
and Katrina.
I
too,
just
yeah.
aside from the last year's.
Yeah.
Procedures.
That one doesn't come until next year, so I don't know that we even have to
think we
say
need to
who's on
decide
it.
it.
So scholarship, same thing. Okay, for policy.
The one thing about the scholarship also
Yeah.
is that we ran into the question of having more scholarship applicants than we had spaces, and I do
Mhm.
think ahead of our posting the scholarship week, January,
Yeah, January.
that we may need to have some decisions about just numbers and then even just scoring, like we
Definitely.
talked
We
about
talked
a
about the
rubric.
Yep.
To like, so in the case there where we had more applicants than positions, that we had a way for whomever's doing the interviews to really have a
Yeah.
unbiased rubric to score.
You remember.
So that is one thing I think having
Okay,
just some
great.
brainstorming investigation piece might be helpful.
So I think what if we set the policy committee such as it is, like today,
Mhm.
and then scholarship, we can maybe decide who's gonna be on it, who wants to be a part of it in like September.
Mhm.
And then performance review will kind of go to like March, something like that. Does that
Yeah.
sound reasonable?
Yes, yes.
And if you do anything, and sorry, but if you're meeting asynchronously or not meeting, but like say it's a policy and you had a shared document and you contribute, is that something you do or you usually would have to meet in person?
I think you're not really supposed to do a shared document. I can't remember why, but there's a reason why.
It's like it's an open.
Because that's
forum.
closed, right? Because that document's not open to the public to see.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Okay,
So you could send your comments back to Sarah's the head, you could send your comments back to there and someone else could send their comments and
Right.
Sarah would compile
But
them.
we would not be all making comments in there.
Unfortunately,
right,
no.
yeah.
The open meeting laws have not caught up to our shared. documents.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna,
Yeah.
And, yeah,
All right, so let's, so if Sarah, Steph and Chris are game for another year, you guys are the policy subcommittee. Okay, that said, Sarah, do you have any updates? Or Chris from the policy committee, is there anything you want to share?
No.
Okay. How did I skip over the old business?
can I ask a question
Yeah.
about policies?
Yeah.
I at some point, just out of curiosity, where, like, if there's
There's a shared drive.
a shared
somewhere.
drive somewhere,
Yeah.
that's the shared drive to somewhere where we're all not supposed to be on. So, I don't know if there's a way to like, just get an update at maybe a future meeting, maybe in September, about where we are on policies.
Well, there's a spreadsheet, I think the spreadsheet that says what.
There's a
I
spreadsheet.
think that's fine, because you're not editing anything, you can just see what.
It shows, it says the policy in the link, and then it says when it was last updated.
Okay, well, I will need to find that link.
I think I got an email, but I think it might have been general, like when Diane swore me in, she was like, here are the policies and I know the library is reviewing them, but this is the.
They're on the website,
Yeah.
but they don't, and they tell you when you open each document when they were last done, but
There's a spreadsheet.
Okay.
Yeah, I can share it.
that's where I was like trying to figure out when we were gonna catch up to date on all of our reviews and when we could kind of come up with a maintenance plan at this point for how to do it, so we're not doing them all at the same time
Mhm.
or in the same situation that we've been doing.
Thank you for all the work on
Yeah,
that. You've really been giant. I'm gonna go back to old business because apparently I skipped that somehow, which is the director's performance review. So I sent out the review as approved by, I mean, not signed yet because we have to do this bit, but as approved by the performance committee and by Sam. Did everyone have a chance to take a look at it? Good. I sent it out. I didn't hear any feedback other than it's fine. So, do we have to vote on this to approve it? Let's vote. Do we?
I don't think we vote, I think you signed.
Okay, so we just have to sign it, which we can do at the end of the meeting?
Sure.
Okay, great.
And we're ahead of schedule on.
Yeah, I still have to do mine.
I was gonna say, where are you on the staff reviews?
I sent out a schedule today and I'm doing them all next week. I already have everybody's, I'll just have to meet with them.
Okay. Trustee meeting dates, this is a two-part question right now. The first part is because the June date, is the same night as the eighth grade moving up ceremony. So Mira and I will be here.
So you guys used to
Yeah.
skip a month and
Used to
In
skip
the
July,
summer.
And that's
Yeah.
July and August.
But I think it's more likely that there's times where like more people will be gone in July and August, is what I'm thinking.
I
Um,
won't be. But that's fine.
you're not going anywhere in July and August. Okay. Sarah's in the Cape.
Wait, which
The whole
day is
thing.
moving on me?
The 13th.
Yeah.
That's only the second. Oh, we are
The last-
second.
Yeah.
So, I got the wrong meeting. It's good.
It's okay.
Third Tuesdays and second Thursdays.
I also can't do the third Thursday.
I can't do the
doesn't have
20th.
to be a Thursday.
Oh, true, doesn't have to be a Thursday. Okay.
Good luck finding a date.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I guess here's a
The holidays.
question. If we were to start, the eighth grade graduation, I imagine goes for, you did it last year. How long is the graduation?
It was an hour. Like, you guys should enjoy it.
I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna be
I was gonna say, do we have a
Okay.
quorum?
I won't be here the 13th because I'm at a leadership.
Okay, so then we don't
Oh,
have,
We don't have
a
a
quorum,
quorum.
so it's no,
But we would, if we were to do it, if it starts at 5, we were to do like 7:30 instead of 6:30? No, okay. All right.
I mean, if you want to come back for it.
No, I'd rather spend time with my kids.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't want to, like, Regan leaves for Spain the next day.
Okay.
For 2 weeks, so I would like to just make sure she's all set.
Okay.
Thursdays are hard.
All right. More Wednesdays,
Like,
the 12th or the 19th or the 26th.
Well, that meeting is a holiday.
Right. All right.
I can't do the 12th, and then, I mean, I could do the 26th, but I'll be via Zoom because I'll
We
be.
could have our meeting
By
at the
then.
Dirigible Book Club.
Which, did you sign up?
Not yet, but
Is that the 26th?
That's a
that's
thing.
the 12th.
Oh, fun.
I can't do the 12th.
Then whole week I'm not here.
The whole week of the 9th.
The 9th to the 14th, I'm
Okay.
at that leadership conference,
Okay.
which I'm not really happy about, but
All
I'm
right.
gone.
The next week.
The week of the 18th, the evenings are a little more, or 17th, sorry,
Okay.
are a little more free except for Wednesday, which is a holiday.
Okay.
So Sam and Mike should not have to come in.
Right. Sarah, you can't make it on the 20th. Who else can anyone else, can everyone else make it on the 20th?
Yeah, I can make the 20th.
20th is empty on my
Oh,
calendar.
the 20th I can't do.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm just looking again.
Third Thursday.
Thursday, and LEF is the third Thursday, and I'm supposed to be at that, that's right.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Okay,
Could we
wait,
do earlier that week though?
I am not free any night that week.
I could do the 17th.
I am free the
I
17th.
could do the 17th.
I could do 17.
We have a quorum?
Is that 5 of us that could do the 17th?
Yes,
Okay,
we only need 4.
yes, okay. Sarah, apologies, you get to have it. Okay, so let's do the 17th. I know the library's not open, so we'll have to do the thing where we show up
It
anyway.
might be a select board meeting night, so the doors might be open.
Okay, all right, can you look into where we could be?
Well, that, yeah, we're gonna have to make sure they are open if it's not a select board meeting.
Yeah,
Well, we also have
I can.
Are we doing 6:30?
6:30, okay, on the 17th? Terrific, okay. Ooh,
I will put it on just in case my plans change, but,
It's okay not to.
it
Be
is,
present.
yeah.
well, I'm just putting it on in case my plans change, but I'm not going to change my plans throughout the meeting.
But just in case they do.
In case something happens and I am available, I will come.
The select board is meeting the week before and the week after, so we are not.
Great.
So we're gonna need to deal with the doors.
Okay.
And are we planning a subsequent meeting?
Yeah, so next is, okay, so the next is, so let's choose our summer meeting. Wait, let me just put, because it's on our kids in here. June
So
17th.
3rd of July would be the 8th of July.
Internet just went out, for me.
What?
Don't worry about it. Sure. My computer stopped connecting. Okay, so normally we would be, okay, so usually what we do is we combine the July and August meeting, then we just have one. We would normally be,
Unless there's pressing things,
unless there's
Sam, that you
things,
need
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything pressing that you'd need to trustee meetings, July and August, but
yeah.
just confirming there's nothing you anticipate us needing to do.
Does anyone, okay, so we could just meet, if everyone is available, we could just meet on the 11th and not meet in August at all. Which is fine. Sometimes we pushed it kind of to make it in the
Maybe
middle
the
of those two.
The 11th.
The 11th.
This is the second.
I'm giving thirds and
It's
seconds.
okay.
I am away on the 11th.
Okay. Any-
I have Red Sox tickets.
Well, that's
I didn't know
important.
that.
Okay,
Yeah, but
I do think if we put it in the middle, then we.
okay.
have
So
to-
how does the 25th or the 1st look?
As far as I know, both of those are fine with me. I don't have summer plans, but
Yeah, I would prefer the 25th only because John's on sustainability and they have the first.
Okay.
Me too.
Oh, you're on
20.
sustainability.
No, I would prefer the 25th.
I'm here that whole week, but I leave on the Thursday for 2 days away, so,
So you wouldn't be on the 25th,
But do we have a quorum?
but we would still have a quorum. Yes.
Sorry, what day?
July
July
25th.
25th.
When are you taking vacation, sir?
July 24th is my birthday, so I'll usually take that day off.
Well, you should take that day off.
Yeah,
So we could do,
We can bring you cake.
the 25th, I have Deadpool's tickets.
Oh, yeah, okay, so that's,
so moving to the next week, what about looking at the 29th or, I mean, because those are, like, the early weeks are better sometimes, right? People said, like, how's the 29th or 30th?
I could do either.
I think those are open.
my husband has been repeating things like softball through the summer, so I know these aren't true. But, yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, well, Chris?
sorry, somebody's trying to text me right now. I was not paying attention for that moment. August, August?
The 29th, let's say the 29th?
Yeah.
July
I think
29th.
those-
July
that whole
29th.
week is fine with me, like I said, I don't have any plans yet.
Okay. So let's say 6:30 on the 29th.
29th.
Yeah.
Okay. Sam, does that work for you?
If it doesn't work for you, it works for Mike.
I'm not seeing
What's happening? There we go.
Okay, so we have the June one that's weird because of the move up. We have our combined July, August one. How have second Thursdays been working for people in general? Do we want to keep that up for the next year? Anyone have any opposition to that?
The good news about not doing on the first Thursday is we get the birth.
Right,
So
that's
that was
what we
the
should, yeah.
and not
Yeah.
going to third means we're not overlapping with other.
Okay, so let's keep on doing the second Thursday of the month, beginning in September. Yeah.
And 6:30 is still working for people?
Thursday, not too, you say Thursday?
Thursday, yeah.
That's September 12th.
Yes.
I shouldn't have to ask that one. I can count it out, but still.
No, it's okay. 6:30 is still working for everyone.
Yes.
I will always just be walking in.
Okay. Okay. Great. Do we have to vote on that?
Yes.
Okay. Would someone like to make a motion to approve the schedule as we just discussed?
I approve the schedule as we just discussed. Do I have to say what it is? Okay.
As long as Chris has it in her.
Yeah.
I second.
All in favor?
I.
Which off? Yeah, good, okay. All right, moving back to payroll and invoice signatures. I'm gonna call not it. I am tired of being one of the signatures.
Well, it's not, who's the signature?
It's not?
It's how many people get this.
Oh, it's been two
Yeah. it's
this year. Okay,
We can ask Susan to spread it differently. Other people can step up.
so that's just directly to Susan. That's a,
Yeah, I just.
Is
felt
that,
there's
well, I
been
think
a-
Sam reports
Did you
back.
sign in person or is it electronic?
No, it's all
It's
electronic, yeah.
Oh, I'm happy to take over for you.
Okay, great.
Was
It's
Wendy
fine,
doing
it's just
it
like a
too,
note.
though?
I think I got, when Wendy had her surgery, I think I took over for her. So,
But the default was me and Wendy.
right.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to keep doing it, but if anybody else would rather.
So do you just want to
Okay.
email Susan and tell her that I
Excellent.
will take it? Do you want me to email or you want to email?
Email her.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, I'll take over.
okay.
So I moved,
Oh,
we have
it's
two
okay, yeah.
signatories on our payroll and invoice.
And how often does that happen? Just so I-
A few times a week.
So I should check my email daily.
Yeah, that's what I have it on my list of things to do is check the letter for that reason, basically, yeah.
And she knows now to just email them directly to my regular email address.
I should be better about checking this email, so I will do that.
She's also really good about, I think it's more of an issue, but it's not anymore where it's like, if you get it done within a few days, that's fine. It does not have to be that day.
Well,
It
you
used
used
to
to
be,
like wait
yes.
for the next one, right? Does it still happen?
Oh, right, that was a thing before.
Yeah.
It used to be one had to sign and then the next person had to sign and then so if someone didn't watch, do
right.
it right away.
It's electronically, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
But I don't know if there was a setting. I thought you could get a.
I think it's, because I'm always the last one.
Okay, so it is still.
Yeah, I'd rather
It
understand.
does go to both of them first.
Should go to Sam first.
it does.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was
So it goes to
First.
Jan, then Kimberly, and then
Yeah.
me. So both of their signatures are always on. I get it.
cool. Okay, so did you just move that?
Yep.
Did someone second? Yeah.
Didn't we
Second
all
to
get
have
that?
two payroll and invoice signature.
I second.
Okay. Good. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Signatories is what I
Yeah.
said.
Great. Other business. I have just one thing. I don't know, I just want everyone to kind of think about it. We'll probably talk about it more next time. I got an email from the town administrator to all of the chairs saying that the select board, accepted its code of conduct for their board, and would like every board to do that as well. And so I just wanted to put that out there. I think I can probably share his email. And then I didn't really want to talk about it today because I haven't spent that much time thinking about it, but maybe we can talk about it in June about whether we want to do one and then what it looks like. The ZBA has done one and said, oh, basically just use the select board one, but the select board one is very extensive, probably more than we would need.
Is that something you would like the
And
policy committee to look
actually,
at?
like, given that they have very extensive, if I understand correctly, very extensive description of how they can interact with town hall employees,
Mhm.
which we need to work with Sam about to say, to what extent is that appropriate that we can't come talk to Sam, given that we are his direct supervisors? I think
Yeah.
it's,
Right, because that was one of
that's the
issues
issue
with
that they've had, and that's why they
That they're
had a
trying to-
code of conduct,
right.
is that they were trying to put the firewall, if you will, in between the TA, who is the boss of all these,
Yeah,
whereas technically we are Sam's bosses.
it's true. I don't think it needs to be nearly, if we do it, I don't think it needs to be nearly as.
I'm not
But-
against signing. It just needs to be appropriate for our board.
Right, and I think it would probably have more to do with conflict of interest kinds of things or something like that than.
In general, it's better not to go to the staff, so we should go through Sam
Yeah.
when we're talking to the staff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just want to bring that up. I haven't got my brain around it yet, but I think it should be I think that maybe the policy committee would be a first step for it, but it is bigger than I feel like it's something that, if you wouldn't mind it, that we all should be thinking about. It shouldn't be just,
To correct the record, that is what Diane told me. When I was like, oh, I saw the policies and we're supposed to, she said code of conduct was on her mind at Square, and she
Okay.
make sure the library adjusts their own, but it's exactly what you're saying.
all right, that was my other business. Anyone else have anything?
I am updating the list of library trustees since the founding of library trustees, and the list had not been updated since 2014. And there was no electronic copy of it, so Sam nicely did the list, and then I created it, and I will be bringing it to the printer next week, and then it will be back. With Sam's permission, I took it off the wall this week so I could bring it to the printer and just get that done. So it will be back next week and it will be updated.
Thank you, Sarah. You just took that on by yourself. I really appreciate it. That's really nice. Awesome.
And now there is an electronic copy, so we
And go to your same printer. I love it.
Terrific. Did you want to provide orientation on that, or do you want me to?
Oh, yeah, so one of our goals from like a year ago was to create that new trustee orientation packet, which at the last meeting I said I'd pull together, and I pulled something together for you. So you are our first guinea pig, if you will. So I know you already have questions on it. So any questions you end up having about it, let's talk about it, because I would love, it's only a first pass and we can always improve it. So
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah,
Have like a new
I would love to
Yeah.
have user feedback. So
Just maybe after this meeting, maybe we could just figure out a date that we can meet about it, or you'll meet with Sam or whatever it is, just kind of go over some of those things. Yeah, we did the treasury report, and of course, those don't mean anything to you.
Yeah.
But what those are, so
And-
yeah.
I'm not sure we gave you those trailing numbers anyway, so we'll go over those things. But and have you met with one of us before tonight?
No.
Another trustee night to talk about anything. This
Before I
first one.
ran, I met with.
Yeah.
But no.
We're not just getting the
No.
packet. Okay, so yeah, we should definitely give you a quick trustee, brain dump, if you will.
Yeah.
And Sam will be there for you, your questions too. And Mike.
Does anyone else have other business? No? Okay.
I highly recommend you judge that bread baking.
I
That's
heard
what
that
I
as
thought.
soon as you said you were the judge of that, I was like, how do I get into?
Yeah,
this?
so you did email, and I was available and I did it. I was so full that day. It was very good.
Hey, Mike, for next time.
I definitely.
I was like hiding the bread.
All of my friends have early.
I always wonder how they do it on Top Chef.
There was a lot of good bread. But Susan compiled a good judging panel and they those stories, so it was good.
Cool.
And you haven't had any angry.
Well, I had to go to soccer before it was announced, so maybe, I don't know. Sam would know.
All right, any trustee updates? Does anyone like to share anything from the past month?
That was my mess.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything.
I'm upset for the book sale. and
Oh, yeah,
Thank you
that's
very much. Yes.
Overwhelming as always.
Yeah, there's so many books.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna send these notes to myself. Great. I think that's it. If we don't have anything else, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks, everyone.
Aye.